Hi, everyone. It's Ann with the Lowdown on Cancer. And, we've been diving deeper into the Cancer Fund. And I have the distinct pleasure today to have with me Greg O'Ryan Johnson. And he's going to share with us a little bit about how does the Cancer Fund find the innovations that it's interested in and what we do and how we move forward with that. So if you don't mind, Greg, one of the first things I always like to do is find out a little bit about your background. So what were you up to before you found the Cancer Fund?
Well, before I found the Cancer Fund, well, let me start by saying thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure speaking with you, Ann. But before I found the Cancer Fund, I was actually working as a third-party risk management professional with Silicon Valley Bank, working in their back office, helping the bank to serve our clients by providing due diligence and performing security analysis on companies that we do business with at the bank. And so as a part of my professional goals, I was looking for an opportunity to broaden my financial services experience and get into the world of venture capital. And so through, I guess, some sheer luck and some hard work and just some digging and perseverance, I came across an opportunity to work with the Cancer Fund through a virtual job fair I found on LinkedIn. And so it was through that opportunity that I found Anthony, and he introduced me to the Cancer Fund. And a few months later, here we are.
That's awesome. I'm excited, and we're so glad to have you here. So you found it through a job fair, an online job fair. Why the Cancer Fund?
Well, for me, it was an opportunity to use my education that I have gained previously. I have a degree in biology, and so I'm currently not using that degree uh, professionally or within my occupation. And so I thought it might be a good opportunity to not only use my occupational skills as a financial services professional and my academic skills as a biology major and as a former science educator, and kind of paired the two together, and it kind of made a match made in heaven. And so just through my interest with innovation in the realm of cancer therapies, and also my experience with family members dealing with cancer, I thought it'd be a great opportunity for me to get that experience in venture capital that I was looking for, but also to make an impact in the families who are impacted by cancer, and just to be a part of that social entrepreneurial ecosystem.
So I'm a neophyte to investing, and I have this idea that, the Cancer Fund, somebody just nags them and eventually the Cancer Fund just throws money at them. And I think that's not really how it happens. Can you share with me a little bit, what is the vetting process and how does that work?
Okay, well, at the Cancer Fund, we have a multi-stage vetting process or screening process. It usually happens when a company either comes across the Cancer Fund through either social media or word of mouth, and they submit their company's profile through our portal, and we will then review them and kind of do a high-level overview of that company. Or another way that company may come through the Cancer Fund may be through a conference or some sort of forum where the Cancer Fund is presented as an authority, and maybe companies may be looking for opportunities to present to investors or seeking investors. And so from my experience at the Cancer Fund, what we've traditionally done is originally set up an introductory conversation with the founders of the innovation company, so to speak. And then from there, we'll kind of look at what that company is doing as far as what type of products they're looking to bring to the market, and what areas or domains of cancer innovation that they are looking to collaborate or bring a new product to market. And then from there, we'll kind of do a deeper dive on the finances, on how much money they're looking to raise, what phase they're in as far as their fundraising, whether it be pre-seed, seed, or late stage companies. And then from there, we'll introduce them to our official screening committee after that initial introductory conversation to see if they're actually a good fit for our model at the Cancer Fund. And we have a somewhat unorthodox way of reviewing and screening and accepting companies for investment. Traditionally, most venture capital firms are looking for how they can provide a ROI or return on investment. At the Cancer Fund, we're a little bit different, as in we don't specifically just look for return on investment possibilities. We're more so focused on the impact and how that company is going to make an impact in the world of cancer innovation. Now, of course, we don't want to just lose money, right? However, we are looking for an opportunity to deploy capital into companies who have great ideas, who have great founders, and who have a potential of making a great impact within our community. We have a few different areas of investment that we focus on with the Cancer Fund. And those areas include diagnostics and monitoring, therapies management. I'm sorry, I'm going to do a little cheating here. Look at my notes. Diagnostics and monitoring, cancer therapies and management, and cancer prevention and enabling technologies. So those are the three domains or focus areas in which we group innovators or group companies that come to the Cancer Fund. And it's within those phases or within those cycles that our community of investors helps us to pick which companies we invest in.
So do a lot of those companies come to you, or are there just a small handful of companies that are creating cancer innovations?
There are a lot of companies out there who are making cancer innovations, and some of them are at the moment outside of our scope. As we are a new fund, we're primarily focused on companies who have a smaller fundraising goal. And as for the Cancer Fund, we're typically looking to invest in companies between $25,000 to $50,000. So we're looking for opportunities for our funds, our money, our investment dollars to make an impact within that company and propel them on to get either further investments from other investment funds or our affiliates, or maybe a consortium of investors, and then help them to further along their programs and get their products.
This isn't just something that an innovator comes to the Cancer Fund and says, I need money, so the Cancer Fund writes them a check.
Not necessarily. We actually have a community-focused way about investing in our companies of interest. So once the screening committee has made their decision, we then create what's called a story arc. Now, this story arc allows us to present our companies to our community in a way that allows everyday person to understand it, because a lot of times these companies are using technologies and jargon and scientific innovations that may not be easily understandable to the everyday person. And so once our screening committee vets the companies that we're interested in, it'll then go through to our marketing team. They'll create a story arc behind these companies where they showcase the founders or the CEOs, they showcase the problem that they're trying to solve, and then help to create a solution. And then from there, we present these companies to our community, and it's actually the community of the Cancer Fund that helps us to pick which companies that we invest in.
That is unique. And it's kind of exciting. So for somebody like me that hasn't had a lot of investment experience, this would give me an opportunity to actually learn a little bit about the company and then be able to share how I feel, whether this would impact our community in a better way. Is that correct?
Yes, it does. So it actually gives the investors, the person who's actually giving money to the Cancer Fund, it gives them an opportunity to actually be engaged and to be a part of the decision-making process on where those dollars are actually going.
So once the Cancer Fund gives an innovation an investment, does the Cancer Fund just walk away and just wait to
No,
see what happens?
no, not at that point. The Cancer Fund actually likes to take a somewhat of a hands-on approach with working with our innovators, whether that be helping them to scale up their business, helping their executives to grow professionally within their business world, as just all around helping the company to kind of bootstrap themselves to get to that next level. So our goal is just not to throw dollars at a company or to get a return on investment, but to actually get these companies funded, because so many innovations within the world of cancer don't make it to market because they don't have the necessary financing. So once the cancer fund gets involved, we like to see the company all the way through from their beginning, early stages, all the way to when they get to market, to potentially making an exit with that investment.
So it's really more almost like building a relationship with those innovators.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that I haven't asked that you'd like to share?
Um, well, one thing that I would like to share is that I think that the Cancer Fund will eventually lead to more innovators in the space of cancer. And the reason that I say that is because as a college graduate with a biology degree, I've done research in the field of pain neurobiology. And what I found is that in research, a lot of times, unless they're funded through academic resources or governmental resources, a lot of these breakthroughs kind of die in the laboratory. And so what I'm hoping is that the Cancer Fund can kind of become that beacon to encourage scientists and entrepreneurs to keep pursuing their goals of bringing innovations to the marketplace, because there are groups and organizations out there like the Cancer Fund who are looking for these innovations and who are hoping to help get them funded so that they can go to market and help people to live better lives. So I'm hoping that we can help companies in many different ways, not just with funding, but also to be an encouragement to other scientists and entrepreneurs to keep developing and to keep innovating.
I want to thank you for allowing us to have this opportunity to kind of question you a little bit and get a little more information about how the Cancer Fund operates. The Cancer Fund is new, it's unique. A lot of people don't even know we exist. But it sounds like with some of these innovations coming to the Cancer Fund, they're getting to know a little bit more about the Cancer Fund. So I want to thank you very much for your time today.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. And anytime you want to chat, I'm always here.
Thank you for watching the Lowdown on Cancer presented by the Cancer Fund. To learn more about what's coming in future episodes, visit us at www.cancerfund.com. While you're there, check out past episodes. And be sure to click join us to become a member of the Cancer Fund community. As a member of the community, you'll receive early access to new interviews, as well as other announcements. Make sure to connect to all of our social media channels so you don't miss a thing. In addition to getting early access to new episodes of the Lowdown on Cancer, Cancer Fund members play a critical role in driving cancer innovation forward so that one day we can more than hope. We can actually beat cancer. Thank you for joining us on this journey.